We have breaking news. The Apple credit card is being canceled by Apple. Since 2020, Goldman Sachs has lost over $3 billion with the Apple credit card. That's right, we said billions, not millions. That is insane for any bank to lose on a credit card. And the losses kept growing. Well, Apple woke up and they said, you know what, Goldman Sachs, we're tired of all your crying. We're gonna end this contract. Go back to working with only the ultra wealthy because you're not built for the public sector. This was the first time that Goldman Sachs broke into the public sector and they failed horribly. But if the contract is set to end in 12 to 15 months, what's gonna happen to all the Apple credit cards out there? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy. I'm the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY credit management system in the industry. Our system allows you to take control of your credit, creating custom Metro 2 attack letters every single round, never using templates, for only $55.99 a month. Link is always going to be in the description. Now let's get into this video. The Apple credit card has a massive amount of users. For it being such a young credit card, it has really stacked up on the numbers. So the number has grown to 6.7 million cardholders as of 2022. So that means 6 in 10 Apple Card users use it as their primary credit card. So a lot of people say that the Apple credit card sucks, but clearly the numbers are kind of staggering here because there's a lot of things that the Apple credit card does that a lot of other credit cards do not. And one of the biggest things that Apple was always fighting for, they wanted to be able to be attainable by anyone. And a lot of people may say that this was the main reason and the huge downfall for Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs was never an actual credit card company. Goldman Sachs was one of the largest investment companies for the ultra wealthy and rich. That's exactly what they catered to. But they woke up one day and they decided they wanted to get into the credit card game. They got the Apple credit card, they have the GM credit card, and then they had the Green Sky card also. But they offloaded the Green Sky card once they started to take losses. I think the huge problem here is they're not used to dealing with subprime lending. You look at Capital One. Capital One is one of the largest subprime lenders out there. So they work with people with low credit scores and they know how to actually deal with them. But when you have a company like Goldman Sachs that's used to dealing with the ultra wealthy, then they get into the subprime world, they really don't know what they're doing. But again, like I said earlier, you're looking at people that are getting the Apple credit card with a 640, a 650, and a 660. This is what people are saying is the main problem. And why? Because Apple is handing out these massive credit card limits and people are just not paying. Serious shout out to the Wall Street Journal. They have been breaking this story ever since it ever started and they've been keeping us up to date. And guess what? I don't even have to pay for it because I get it for free because of my platinum credit card. It pays for it. So anyways, the crazy part about this whole situation with the Apple credit card is they literally just extended the contract to 2029. So if Goldman Sachs knew they were bleeding money, which they did, why would you extend the contract knowing you're bleeding money and you're talking trash about the card? This makes no sense. It's like Goldman Sachs was all over the place. They had no idea what to do next. This was directly from Apple. They're the ones that made the statement that in 12 to 15 months, they're ending the contract with Goldman Sachs. That leads me to believe that they have another lender in mind and already in place, ready to take over this card, because 12 to 15 months isn't a long time. So a lot of people may seem like it is, but not to make a huge financial transition as Apple is planning to make. In my perfect world, I would like to think that American Express is going to take this card, but Goldman Sachs was already talking to American Express behind Apple's back, trying to get them to take deal and the contract over. But American Express was like, let's pump the brakes, let's stop. There's some serious concerns here. There's a lot of big losses and there's a lot of subprime lending. A lot of people think that you have to have a perfect credit score to get an American Express credit card. In fact, we have seen clients get a platinum or an American Express gold card with a 640 FICO bank card score 8. That's right. So it wouldn't be a shocker if American Express took over all of these cards, but maybe if they took over the cards, they actually lowered the limits on some of these subprime lending people with lower credit scores, which is something that American Express does when your score tanks and you start to carry big balances. They start to lower those limits to reduce their risk. Last part is the most important. Did you know that the physical Goldman Sachs in New York City has a like button as soon as you walk in through the door? No, it actually doesn't. But this channel definitely has a like button. So make sure you smash that like button and you hit the subscribe button, because we're trying to get this channel to 1 million subscribers and we cannot do it without you. The crazy part about this also is when Apple announced the savings account feature, people flocked to it because it was a high yield savings account that had no crazy fees, nothing crazy attached to it. It was very simple and very easy. And the best part about this when you're an Apple card holder is your cashbacks can go directly into your savings account. So whoever they're going to go to, whatever bank, whatever credit card company they're going to go to, it has to have that high yield savings account feature, because the Goldman Sachs account is 4.15 APY. Which a lot of people say, oh, there's higher. Yeah, there is higher, but there's none that don't have any fees, any minimums, any requirements, anything crazy like that. It doesn't exist with the Apple savings account. In fact, when the Apple savings account first came live, in the first 4 days, they drew close to $1 billion. Nobody's ever seen that happen. But here's the problem. There are no fees associated with this. Bank make fees. The Apple credit card has no fees. So again, credit card companies and banks make money from fees. This is another reason why Goldman Sachs can possibly be losing, or they just don't know how to manage a credit card. One of the biggest, most confusing things about credit cards is how much of your credit card to pay. People don't really truly understand what causes them to pay interest fees. They just believe that you got to pay by the due date. Well, the Apple credit card was different. We'll put it up here on the screen so you can see it. The Apple credit card literally shows you exactly how much you need to pay so you don't pay any interest. It tells you if you pay this much, this is how much interest you're going to pay. If you pay this much, this is how much you're not going to pay. It's literally teaching you how to stay out of paying any interest. And this is another reason why Goldman Sachs isn't making money off of this credit card, because it's literally educating people on how to use the credit card properly, which is empowering so many Americans to not pay any interest on this credit card. Another big bank that has been drooling out of their mouth trying to get a hold of the Apple credit card is Synchrony Bank. Synchrony Bank is also another large subprime lender. Now, they were in the bid to actually get the Apple credit card in the beginning, but of course Goldman Sachs beat them out because of Goldman Sachs' name, right? But Synchrony Bank specializes in subprime lending, so they would be happy to take over this card, but it doesn't seem like Apple's really gonna bite at that serious bid. So I'm hoping and guessing that we're gonna stick with American Express. But a lot of people have said, why won't Apple actually just build their own bank? Maybe Apple has been building their own bank, because there's a feature inside of Apple Pay that a lot of people don't talk about. You have two choices when you go to purchase something with Apple Pay. You have one that says Apple Pay, you choose the credit card that you want to use, and then it says Pay Now right above it, and then right next to it says Pay Later. With certain companies, you can actually buy something with Apple Pay and put it on an Apple Pay Later plan. Yes, that's insane. So it's like Apple's doing everything they can to move into that financial sector, and they're slowly creeping up on every single bank. So is Apple really just going to release their own bank and just take it all over on their own? Now, in case you don't know, or if you're somebody out there that does have the Goldman Sachs GM card, now they have a GM regular personal card and they have a GM business. I'm going to say either be prepared that they're going to close that card altogether, or they're going to offload it to another buyer that may be Synchrony Bank. But here's another thing that you need to think about. If Apple really decides to discontinue the credit card, I think it's a 20% chance that they may decide to discontinue the credit card and then just issue refunds. But listen, if they discontinue the credit card, that does not mean you do not have to pay your credit card bill with the Apple credit card. Just understand that it can still ruin your credit, okay? So don't think that you can get out of paying that Apple credit card. But I want you to know that there is a slight chance that it could happen. It's the everyday world, but I think it's a less than 20% chance that it'll happen, because Apple's not in the game of losing. They like being in the credit card world. They love being able to give more to the Apple users. That's what it's all about, is giving more to every single Apple user, and breaking into the financial world is a huge deal for the Apple company. So I believe that it's gonna stick with the Apple credit card, and they're gonna build their own bank, or either go with American Express. Tell me in the comments, who do you think it should go to? Who do you want it to go to? And do you have an Apple credit card with a high limit is the real question here, because I do, and I've taught a lot of people how to actually increase their limits with their Apple credit card. I think it's a pretty awesome beginner to entry level credit card. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is serious breaking news. It's constantly evolving and constantly changing, and I had to bring it to you as soon as I possibly could so you can know exactly what's going on with the Apple Card in case you are an Apple credit card holder just like me. I do hold the card. I am a fan, as I've said time and time again. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything else specific you want me to talk about, drop it in the comment section. Drop some emojis in there so we can get this video going, because it's all about you, our community. We cannot do it without you, and I cannot thank you enough. So thank you for watching, and make sure that you watch the next 2 videos because those are recommended by YouTube. And don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.